Hey everybody. Sorry for kind of a weird lapse in videos. Real life happened. We had spring break for the kids, and then I want to do a big flare after that for autoimmune stuff. So I'm hopefully going to be back on track and putting out some videos to hopefully continue helping everybody out in the world of Gemstone Legends. So today we are going to start kind of a series of hero reviews that I've been wanting to do. The first one that we're going to do is, and excuse me if I butcher his name, Bavric. Now, I love him. I think that he's a really super hero to use. Um, his damage output can be really, really great if you put the right artifacts on him. So we're going to talk about his special skills, his passive skills, and then we're going to go through the process of how I personally put artifacts on him on my alt account Samwise, because I was super pumped to pull him. I think that he's a great hero to have in your arsenal. So let's get started. All right, so we are going to talk about Bavric. That is at least how I think it's pronounced. It could also be like Bavric. Anyway, um, regardless of how it's pronounced and me butchering the name, he is a really, really great hero. So I managed to get him on my Samwise account. So we're going to go through his special skills, what I think is notable about him and why I specifically think he's a really great hero. And then we're going to put equipment on him. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is that he is a rare hero, but he's very powerful if you put artifacts on him that are solid. So let's talk about his special skills. So at base level, he deals damage to a single enemy, 34% of the caster's max health points, and he ignores 20% defense. Now, any hero that I find that ignores defense, no matter what the percentage is, I feel like they're a really solid hero to go with. So, maxed out, if you can get to level 10 of his special skills, that damage increases to 42% of the caster's max health point. And that is a really big number. So when we go and we put artifacts on him, we're definitely going to look at things like health point percent pieces, specifically referring to the chest and the gloves. I'm hoping on this account that I have some speed boots available. If I don't, I will be going with health point percent on those as well to increase his damage output. Now, his passive ability, he has resistance is increased by 20%. Fully maxed out, that goes to 26%, and his mana gain is increased by 2. So that's pretty great, because if mana gain, he is pretty slow. He's only got 17 mana gain. His speed is pretty average at 204. And all these green numbers that you're seeing are from my cabinet, which I've been sort of slacking a little bit my arena on both accounts, so I need to get a little bit better so I can have more medals available to put into my cabinet. So I really think that he's a solid hero. I know some people kind of find themselves shying away from yellow and purple heroes, but when proper artifacts are put on Bavric, he is a monster. Like he can be a really, really hard hitter. So let's start and look at some equipment that we could put on him. The first thing I'm going to look for is speed boots, just because I think pretty much every hero needs some speed boots. If I can get this to scroll, it never wants to for me. There we go. Alright, so we're going to come down, we're going to look at speed, and I have none, which is what I was afraid of. So next up, we're going to do health point percent, and I know I've talked about different things as far as percent versus flat stats and why those are better, so I do have another video on that, but I am pretty solidly for percent stats. So let's see. This one has some attack and defense. I'm hoping to find, I do like this because it has crit rate. Alright, that one has speed, which is nice. I'm hoping for a speed substat at least to kind of boost him up a little bit. I do like crit rate. None of these are really speaking to me. Alright, so let's come back to this one that has speed and just see if it'll roll that. Did do attack, which is never a bad thing to have. Let's see. Alright, it did go full attack, which I'm not mad about, but it's not really what I wanted. So the next one I'm going to try is this one that has crit rate and at least a little bit of a health boost, which of course it does the flat stat. Sorry for stuttering, guys. I'm in kind of a little bit of a flare, so sometimes my speech is impacted by that. Alright, so let's see what unlocks at 12. I do like to have the crit rate. It goes up a little bit with that. Ooh, nice. We did get speed. So I'm going to go ahead and equip those. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to keep the health point or HP percent, and we're going to look at chest pieces now. Alright, so I only have 3 to choose. This one has defense and accuracy. There's crit damage, but we have risk kind of losing some other stuff. And health point. Let's see if I can get this crit damage up. Alright, we went to defense. Defense again. Let's see if we can at least get the crit damage up 1. Alright, so it did do crit damage. So that brought the crit damage to 6%. Let's see what it rolls at 12. Awesome. Speed. I love speed. So we're going to go with that one. Alright, so now that I know that currently I have 2 HP percent pieces, I'm actually going to do, hopefully, if I have them, crit rate gloves. Because I want to get that crit rate up. Let's see. Alright, so good. I have 2 pairs. Alright, so this one has speed, and then a couple of flat stats, and then that defense down at the bottom. Has accuracy and defense. I do like that this has both percent pieces. We don't need accuracy on him, but defense is never a bad thing to have. I'm going to try this one first because I want to see if that speed and the defense percent go up. Alright, so we got that speed. I like it. Sweet. Speed again, so I'm definitely going to end up going with this one. I'm going to bring it up to 12. I like to, oh yes, speed roll is lovely. Alright, so I like to at least go to 9 or 12, depending on what my gold stash is at the time. I did go for attack on that one, but that's not a huge deal. So I'm going with that one. Alright, so I am going to the shield next. And I'm just going to see if I can get health point and crit rate. I can. Let's see what this has. Defense, health point, and crit rate. Health point, crit rate, resist, and health point. Okay, let's try this one. And we're hoping that the HP and the crit rate are the 2 that go up. I mean, defense never hurts anything, but... Alright, so we got the health point percent up. Alright, health point went up again. I love it. Let's see what we get at 12. Accuracy. I don't really need it, but, you know. so if you look at this, it's going to be 60%. Now, one reason that I really like crit rate gloves is because that's one stat that you cannot improve in your cabinet. So I do like getting crit rate gloves just because that is something that over time. I know that I can get my crit rate using or upgrading the gloves. So now I'm going to switch to searching for crit damage if I can get switch to that. One that's already been leveled up. I do want to get that crit damage up higher. 2 already on the crit rate, and then it has a health percent there. So I'm going to see what happens when I take this up to 9. Or I'm sorry, 12. Let's see what we can unlock. Maybe. Ooh, nice. Crit rate again. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and equip that one because I do like having... So if you included my crit damage right here is 77%. Crit rate is higher than 100%, but your critical damage can go way over 100% and be really effective. So I'm going to keep... And we're going to go to weapon and see what we can find. Okay. Alright, that one has accuracy. The 2 things I'm looking for. Ooh. And then speed and attack. Okay. I'm going to try to upgrade this one. Speed available. Crit damage went up. I mean, the more often your hero takes, better. So even if it's just, you know, getting 3 speed on this, it's still going to be pretty good. Alright, so critical damage did go up. Let's see what it does for 12, because this is legendary, so it'll roll another one. Now, I could have focused on mana gain. Good, speed went up. I love it. Alright. So, again, I could have focused on mana gain for him because his mana gain is so low. But I really want to focus on him being more sturdy and powerful. So I went with health percent, which if you look at the total stats right now, his base stat, unlocked. But we've added, you know, 6,300-ish, roughly, on those artifacts and cabinet. So right now his total health is 9,390, and that is what his damage output is going to be dependent on for his special skills. And then we were able to get currently the crit rate, which I can max out the crit rate gloves at 64%. And then the critical damage could be higher. Right now it's only 88%. As I go through rifts and I can go back and adjust different heroes, I can come back and touch base on this. So that's kind of how I like to put artifacts on him. I think as long as you focus on this damage output and what you can get there, it's really going to make a huge difference in the long run. And I think he's a really, really solid hero. So I highly recommend, if you pull him, not to feed him away. I think that he is a solid hitter. I think because he's based on max health point, he's going to last longer than a lot of other hitters. So I personally really like... I tend to find myself leaning more towards heroes that have damage output based on defense or their health point, because I feel like they survive longer in a battle, so they're not so much of like a glass cannon. Because the ones that are based on just attack percent, if you find yourself putting only attack percent and looking for, you know, critical hits, you're going to end up having really low health points, and so they're kind of easier to take out. you have to pair them with really solid support heroes that can boost their health, or it does become a glass cannon situation. So you're not really going to find that as much with a health point percent or a defense percent attacker. So having said that, I think you can't go wrong leveling this guy. He's a really great hero to have in your arsenal, especially for wars. So I'm really excited that I did get him. He was one of the heroes that I've been excited about getting ready and getting all that good stuff going. So having said all that, I'm just gonna start leveling this bad boy up. And thank you all for watching. As always, feel free to comment, question, any of that good stuff. And I hope you all have a really fantastic day.